Good morning, St. Francis, and good morning, people of God. It is Saturday, the 16th day of July, 2022, Saturday of the 15th week of the year, the 15th week in Ordinary Time. It is also the memorial of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. Very important because it was my family's church in Newark, New Jersey, also my family's church in Niagara Falls, New York, and my grammar school, my elementary school when I was growing up in Niagara Falls, New York. So a blessed feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel to everybody today. Coming to you from Freising. We have made it to the outskirts of Munich, and so they have placed us here in Freising for the time, making our way into Munich, and then we will make our way to Oberammergau to see the Passion Play. That happens every 10 years, this year in 2022, because in 2020 there was a pandemic. So later on, the next couple of days, we'll make our way to Oberammergau. But this is the Marienplatz of Freising. Freising was important because it was the chief seat of the Bishop of Bavaria, the Archbishop of Bavaria, until he moved to Munich, I believe, sometime in the 1800s. And so the Franciscans had an establishment here, it being the chief Catholic city and the seat of the Archbishop. For a while. Then they also had one in Munich, and they moved everybody to Munich again during the Kulturkampf, during the time when Bismarck was putting restrictions on the ability of Catholics to do their ministry and to be active in the life of the state. So it's called the Marienplatz because of the statue of the Blessed Mother, which is on a pillar behind me over here on this side. Over here on this side, you really can't see much of it. This is the Church of St. Georg, and it is being cleaned up, and so this is why it's covered with scaffolding and all kinds of other things. It's a very beautiful church, but unfortunately we cannot see it in its beauty right at this moment. So this is the main marketplace, the main square. There are fruit stalls and things like that out, and all kinds of other people doing all kinds of other things on this Saturday morning, and you can hear the bells of St. Georg, I guess, doing the quarter hour right now. So behind me, right behind me was the bishop's residence, which is now, I believe, an apartment complex and a place for shops and things like that. So the Archbishop, again, the Archbishop of Bavaria, very important, very powerful man, and so he would have had a fitting place to live, a fitting place to exercise his ministry and his work as the Archbishop of Bavaria. So that's enough on Freising for the moment. But the readings for today, Micah, again, God getting the best of those who practice evil and who practice iniquity and who plan the ruin of others. Again, a God who says that justice is going to befall those people who have ruined the lives of others and have distorted God's commands and have created woe among the people. That God does not mince words, against those who persist in doing what is wrong and persist in doing what is not God's will within this world. So again, a God who listens and a God who helps those who have suffered to attain that freedom and to attain that wholeness of life that sometimes those who do evil and iniquity do not allow them to attain. So God who hears the cry of those who suffer, and especially at the hands of others, and those whose lives are distorted by the actions and the workings of others. A God who is not indifferent, but a God who wants to have peace and have wholeness within this world. In Matthew's Gospel, basically just here, again, the Pharisees and scribes not liking what Jesus has to preach and what he has to say, but again, Jesus continuing to do what it is that he is bound to do and continue his ministry, but again, not to draw much attention to it. Again, that whole idea of not keeping secret, but keeping quiet about what Jesus is doing, so it does not necessarily rest only in what is spectacular and what is miraculous, but more importantly in the fact that lives are changed, that lives are transformed, that life is not the same anymore because of what it is that Jesus does, and who it is that Jesus represents, and the God that Jesus helps to reveal to us. Again, the prophecy of Isaiah about this messenger, about this Messiah who will come not seeking destruction and woe, but a Messiah who comes to bring hope and to bring healing and fullness to the lives of others. That is the God who comes to us in Jesus of Nazareth, the God that we are constantly reminded works for us and helps us to achieve what it is that we are called to achieve as human beings, and not to be distracted or lost by what unfortunate things happen to us, but know that God is always there to rescue us. And may the Lord give you his peace.